I think inspiration can be found pretty much anywhere. Traveling always helps a lot whenever I feel sort of, stuck on anything. I think traveling and just getting outside of your own environment. I wouldn't really call myself like an outdoor, I'm not like hiking every weekend or anything like that, but I think I find a lot of inspiration being by the water, like out on the peninsula or kind of exploring and enjoying the area that we live in. Like that always regenerates and brings a lot of creativity too. My name's Becca Fuhrman. I'm an artist living and working in Seattle, Washington. When we first met, we talked about like the concept of Métier that would embody this kind of physicality that's present in winemaking and also present in printmaking. Like, I think there's so much beauty in something that's handmade, and those imperfections I think are really wonderful. There's this texture and nuance that I think we all kind of crave as people that's not digital, and I think we're kind of deprived of it sometimes. The hands, I think, were kind of a great symbol for a lot of different reasons, like undeniable human presence that comes through in printmaking, and I think comes through in winemaking. Adding those other little natural elements kind of spoke more about the land and that relationship. It all just circles back to that whole concept of métier and of kind of winemaking and the process and the personal involvement, having this level of variability that is just human. You start with, in this case it was a lino block of linoleum, and it's, however big, and you work in a reductive mirrored process. It's reductive in the way that you're carving away what will be white. So it's inverse from how you would draw something where you're kind of adding color. Instead you're like cutting it away. You don't really know how it's going to turn out till the very, very end. So I thought that was kind of cool and also similar to winemaking. It's like you really don't know what you're getting till the very, very end. It's really fun, and it's more like sculpting. You can kind of just like get into this little zone of just carving and carving away, and then you get to the final thing where you're like, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think it's done, and then you finally get to ink it, and so then you have a little roller and squeeze out your ink and roll it up, and then you get to roll the thing, and then you put the paper down, and then you rub. You can do this on a press, but I was doing it in a lo-fi way in my apartment. so you put the piece of paper on top, and then you rub it, and then you can pull the print back, and that's the very first time that you see it, which is exciting. So it's like you do all this work, and there's all this build up to this one moment, kind of like a grand finale at the end.